Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, wow, so I have basically been harassed and y'all have been threatening to end my life if I don't give you a story time. So I'm here to tell you guys a story. First of all, I just want y'all to know, don't get used to this because things don't happen in my life. I live a very boring life, contrary to popular belief. So don't expect these often. I'll probably have like one more story to tell after this, which you'll have to wait until next year for because I don't know which story to tell though today. I don't know if I should tell you guys how I got suspended or the day I got beat with pipes. Okay, no, I'm gonna leave the suspension story for last. Today I'm gonna tell you the story about how I got beat with pipes. I won't be mentioning any names of people who were involved in this incident, but I just want y'all to know that y'all know them and they're like present and they're some of them are still my friends. So you've probably seen them and you know them and yeah. So in high school, I was in boarding school in Pietermaritzburg, which is, Pietermaritzburg is the size of a shoebox. Neza guys, Pietermaritzburg is this small, okay? So like, because of how small it is, firstly, everyone knows each other and everyone hangs out with everyone. So for me, like, we hang out with the year that was above us, which isn't that big of a deal now that you look at it now because you hang out with people way older now. But back in high school, like, hanging out with the older grade was like, whoa. But yeah, so like we would make plans with our seniors and like we'd hang out and do stuff together. It didn't happen often, but it did happen. And this was one of those times where it happened, right? So they obviously knew like older guys as well. So like, okay, I'm jumping the story. Okay, anyways, so sneaky away, boarding school, right? So that weekend was the weekend of a U party. I don't know if you guys are aware of what U parties are, but basically it's like these parties that are hosted in schools and then like people from other schools come and they usually have a theme. But yeah. I think oh my gosh, in our one, Bonang, well, she only came because Euphonic was playing. So like, took pictures with her and it was a good time. Anyways, so U party, right? So it's the weekend of the U party. And obviously, because we like things, we're like, we're not going to sleep after the U party. We're going to be so hyped. We want to go out afterwards. So during the week, we make some plans, arrange the things to be done for the things to be said and be done. Right. So U party day comes. It was a Friday, so like we have the whole weekend to do things afterwards, right? So it's a Friday and it's the U party. It's lit, and then it ends at about 10 or 11, around there. So after that, we leave the boarding house, like we sign out and we go to our friend. Okay, so what happened was, so again, we hang out with the older girls, right? So the older girls had set up like these guys, like they had told us that we're gonna go hang out with these guys afterwards and it's lit, and like I think one of them was vibing with the one, so like it was cool, we were gonna go hang out the whole night, wada. Sharp. So we go to this place. When we get there, hey guys, when we get there, that should have been the first sign of it. Okay, things are about to actually shake for this whole weekend, right? So we get there, guys. First of all, this place smells. Do you guys know when men smell? Like when grown men smell. It smells, guys. Like it literally, hey, like it was suffocating. While we were at the U party, other girls didn't want to go to the U party and they went straight to the guy's place. And they were busy sending us texts while we were at the U party on some, guys, we don't want to stay here. We want to leave. We want to go. And we were like, why? Just wait for us to come there because we don't want to split up. So we get there and we're like, okay, we definitely hear you. We are not staying here. That's not happening. No way, Jose, brose. It smelled. It was like dirty and like, and they were like, it was just, no, it was just not a safe place for high school students. And it was just disgusting, right? So now we're freaking out because we were on some, okay, this is gonna be like home base. This is where we're gonna stay when we want to, like, when we come back from doing whatever we want to do, right? We're like, we're not staying here. So then one of my other friends who's in my year, she's like, no guys, my boyfriend said he said he's home alone, so like we can go over to his place. So we're like, are you sure? Are you sure? And she's like, no, really, like you guys can even speak to him. So then we ended up moving from this musty, smelly, that place. Mind you guys, these are old niggas, like these are 24-year-olds, and they have a smelly, run-down looking apartment. Like, how rude, like how disrespectful. But Maritzburg. So we end up moving to my friend's boyfriend's place, like his house, like his home, like his home, guys. Already bells there, bells, because what are we doing? But we were desperate and we didn't want to stay there, so we were like, we're shocking. So we end up leaving the smelly place and we go to friend's boyfriend's place. So we chill there for a bit and we're like, okay, sharp, this is nice, this is fine. Wait, we can get this, we can start it again. Mind you, it's like more my midnight now. Okay, so we can get this weekend started. We get dressed, we get changed because we want to go out. So then, hey guys, actually so much happened that weekend because quite a few of us ended up splitting up and wow. Anyways, so from my side of the story, right? So we leave his house and I think a few girls stayed behind because they were like, they didn't want to go out anymore. So we leave the house and we meet up with our other friends and we were supposed to go out, like there was supposed to be something happening, but then we just end up chilling at some other people's place and like we're driving around in a bakkie, ebusuku, guys. Hey guys, boarding school is the best time. Now that I look back, like my high school experience banged. But yeah, so like it's nighttime, we're busy driving around in a bakkie. Mind you, it's like Pietermaritzburg, so it's cold, ebusuku. And we're there at the bank, all hugging each other, but we're also screaming. It's a good time, like it's lit. Right. So then after hanging out with those guys and like a bunch of, like it was a few guys and a few girls. So after hanging out with them and like doing whatever, we were gallivanting. That's what we were freaking doing because we had no plan. So after gallivanting that night, we go back to my friend's boyfriend's place at around like 3-4 sharp. So we get back and like obviously we're still like a bit on some adrenaline, like we're grand. No, I don't think anyone was drinking. Like no one, had people started drinking then? Okay, maybe they had, but you know, you guys know that I don't drink. So like we're still high off adrenaline. So like we're being loud and this guy keeps telling us to keep it down because I think they had like a granny flat and they were renting it out to a university student, right? Because yeah, that happens, like people do that. So he keeps telling us to keep it down because, you know, the student is studying for exams or whatever he was studying for. But basically we must just not be loud. So he keeps telling us that, and obviously like we'll keep quiet for a bit, and then like when we all start talking it gets louder, and then we quieten down, and then we all start getting louder again. So like it was that situation. And then at about like 4:30, we didn't stay for too long. At about like 4:30, we sleep. Hi, we're sleeping. Okay, so this is how it's split up, right? There's a few girls in one room, and then I was sleeping with my... Actually, I'm not gonna say who I was sleeping with. Yo, that was close. So I'm sleeping with 2 other girls as well. So we're sleeping in the one room, and then everyone else is in the other room. So it's like 6 other girls in the other room. Sharp. So we're sleeping. At like... quarter to 6 in the morning, guys. All of a sudden we're hearing doors go, what's going on? Hey, Mom. So then it takes us a while to get out of the daze, but the girls in the first room are already like freaking out. So we're in the other room, like that's closer to the back of the house, and we're hearing these sounds, and then we look at each other and we jump out of the bed and we make it and we lala and we know, you know. And then we hear sounds, like we hear old people voices, and we're like, shit. So the first thing we do is we go into the ensuite bathroom and we hide in the shower. I don't know what we were thinking or what was going on in our minds when we decided to do that, but that's what we did. Like we went to hide in the shower. Then we like jump to our senses and we're like, no, actually this is stupid. Let's go to the other girls. So then we sneak out like one by one, following each other, and we go into the room. And then we lock the door. And the girls that are in there are freaking out. Like they're packing their bags. Like shit is lit, you guys. So everyone's packing their bags. So I'm also like on some, okay, let me pack my shit. Like it's lit now. And then the friend who was the girlfriend of the person who we were staying with is like, guys, his uncle and aunts are here. Because his parents were out of town. That's why he was like, no, I'm home alone, like fully. So I think, so what happened was the student who was renting phoned his parents and told on and said, yo, he has girls over and they're making noise. So can something please be done about this? So I think his parents ended up calling his uncle and aunts, and then they came to the house to see what was popping. So now his uncle and aunts are there, and my friend is telling me, she's like, guys, they're here, and like they're gonna lock us in the room and they're gonna tell us. He was like, what are we doing here? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this part in Zulu, guys, because it's not as intimidating in English. Atsi, ubaba umalume lona was on some nenzani nalaikai nenzani nifuna laikai, what's going on? And then he was like, lalelani ke nizohlala la kuleli kamera ningaphumi anindawo sizofonela wonke umuntu sizofonela abazali bakhe sibabuze ukuthi bayazi yini ukuthi balani. And we were like guys, when I tell you, have you ever felt fear? Do you guys know what real fear is? Do you know fear? Like fear. Like you feel that thing like in your blood, bruh. Like, hey, guys, when I tell you I had pins and needles all over my body. Right, so homeboy is on time. He's gonna phone our parents and we're all he's gonna ask them if they know that we're here, and we're gonna explain to them what's going on. Right, so in my head I'm already thinking, okay, I know my sister's number off by heart. I'm gonna make them phone my sister, and then my sister's gonna pretend to be my mom. Okay, I need to find my phone. I need to debrief my sister about what's going on. Shut up. Right, so then like we're all sitting there peeing our pants, literally. Mind you, these are 16, 17-year-old girls, dudes. Like, okay, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, because my birthday's only at the end of the year, so I was still 15. But I was turning 16 that year. Anyways, basically what I'm trying to say is this was grade 10 and grade 11. So we're sitting there in the room, we're like all conjuring plans, we're freaking out. Others are struggling to breathe. Basically, how did this next part happen? Like everything happened so fast. Oh my word. Okay, so then while people are starting to pack up their stuff, I get it, we came into the room last to pack up our things. So some girls had already packed up and were ready to go. So they opened the door and then they try to run out. And then the uncle comes, guys. The uncle comes and he starts hitting the girls. Actually, the only girl he hit at that point was my friend who was the girlfriend, right? He starts hitting her and then the boyfriend comes and he jumps on top of him. And then the boyfriend comes and he jumps on top of his uncle, guys. So now it's man-to-man fighting. And the uncle's beating him out, guys. I'm shy, like proper. So then my friend comes back and she's like, no, guys, shit, he really tried to hit me. Like he was hitting me properly. But now she's also wanting to go back because she's busy screaming her boyfriend's name. No, stop! Stop! I'm like, sis, this is not the time to be playing the hero. This is not the time. So then she comes back after her young beating. I can't believe this happened to us, guys. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, so then she comes back to the room and then she's sitting there now, she's shaking, we're all freaking out because we all just saw what just happened and what's happening outside. Like, guys, now they're in the kitchen, right? And the room is right opposite the kitchen. So we can literally hear everything. And like, guys, like it's hectic. Right, so then the aunt comes and she opens the door. Now we're all packed up and ready to go. The aunt comes and she opens the bedroom door and she's like, yes. She's like, And then I see girls. I obviously didn't see her because I wasn't by the door. But she starts calling girls to come out and run out because she opened the big gates, right? She starts calling the girls and then she tells them to run. But so now, Uncle is busy fighting boyfriend in the kitchen, right? So we're running in the passage trying to get out. And the aunt is like, she's holding a pipe. You know those pipes, guys, that can buy you be like a hose. It's not like a hose pipe. It's like a... Man, how do I describe it? But you know those orange pipes, guys? Like those ones, like an actual pipe. You know what I'm talking about? Like that plastic thing. So she's holding a pipe and she's hitting it against the wall so that it sounds like she's hitting us. It's yeni na ingane nifuna lana. Phumani balekani. Yeni na ingane nizonishaya nonke. Like she did a real womanly thing there. Wow. Shout out to that lady wherever she is. So she's pretending to hit us so that the uncle can hear that she's hitting us while she's actually letting us escape. So then the uncle sees the first few girls get out the gates and he's like, I will one of the gates. So now he leaves the boyfriend and he tries to come back to us. Mind you, I'm like right at the back, guys. So now I'm running and he comes back and he actually hits my leg. Like he hits my thigh. But then I still run out and I get out. So now we're running down the road, right? We just exited the gates. I turn around. Is this man not running after us? He was running after us, holding the pipe in his hand. I said, is it that deep? Is it that deep? Like, let us go. We're actually out the house now. But we carry on running. We're sprinting now. We're actually holding bags in our pajamas, running. Boy, we're running. And then there was a girl behind me. And, like, she stepped on a bottle. So now her toe is bleeding. Like, guys, everything just sort of escalated. And it was so dramatic. Okay, sure. So she's behind me, so she can't run anymore. And I'm like, no, dude, come, let's go. So she tries running. And then we get to like a turn. And then as we turn, I look around. I turn back to see if the guy's still following us. And I realize that he's not. So like, we're kind of cool, but we also still need to run because what if he gets into his car and he tries to follow us? So then we carry on running. And then as we go down, we see a taxi. So I can see it's about like 6 now in the morning. And they're like... It's not 6. It's like just before 6-ish. Okay, no, it's like around 6. So like it's around 6 and taxis are going to start their shifts, right? So we see one taxi and we're like, Eva! And we stop it and we all get into the taxi. So now the taxi guys are like, oh, and we're like, Puti, please can you just drive? Oh my word. Like we're all freaking out. So then we drive, and then it drops us off like near some like bed and breakfast place. So then we get off there and we're like, okay, we're gonna book here. So then we go inside and we see if it's like booked, and they're like fully booked, so we have to go find another place. So now we're literally walking around town in our pajamas. But luckily, like, we had our bags, so we actually did end up changing before we started trekking around the town. But like, we end up finding a place, but they only have one room available, so we're like, we'll take it. And they're like, okay, all 7 of you are gonna sleep in that room because 2 other girls left to go book at another place when we couldn't find at the first place. So yeah, in total there were 9 of us, right? So 2 girls left to go book somewhere else because they were just tired. We were broke, so we were like, well, all 7 of us gonna sleep in this room and split the price between the 7 of us. So then we go and we end up booking there, and then we stay there for like the rest of the weekend. So now it's Saturday, right? And like we end up sleeping the whole day, guys. We slept the whole day. Woke up at like 7. Did these girls not say, guys, let's go out? I said, personally, you guys can go out by yourselves, but me, I'm recovering. Like I'm not okay. And they actually did. They ended up going out again, and then I slept like the whole night. I was by myself, and then they came back at like 2-3 a.m. And then on the Sunday, we obviously like freshened up, showered, got ready to go back to school, and we took cabs and we went back to school, and we signed in, and we were back in the boarding house. The end. Oh my word. I need to tell you though, guys, like I had umvimbo on my thigh. I had like a, what is it? Like my thigh was so, guys. I had like a marking of the pipe, because he hit me with the pipe. So like there was like a swollen line on my thigh, like, and I only noticed it after, because it didn't hurt at the moment when it was happening, but I only noticed it after, and I was like, oh my gosh, he actually hit me. Y'all guys, moral of the story here is always be prepared. Because actually we should have just found this out. Actually, when there are the moral of the story here is when there are signs that you shouldn't go out, stay home. Don't try fight nature. Stay home. Don't go out, because everything will go wrong that night. I promise you. Because that's exactly what happened in this night, and what happened when I got suspended. But you guys will find out about that next time. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you would have done in this situation. Honestly, I feel like we handled it as best as we could. Like, we were actually quite quick thinkers. Because honestly, and also, wow, shout out to that lady. Shout out to the protagonist of the story, the lady, the aunt, who helped us get out of that house, because I actually don't know where I'd be if we didn't get out of that house. Would I be sitting here today filming this YouTube video if we did not get out of that house? Shout out to that lady, wherever she is. Like, sis, you did that. Yeah, so again, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you thought of this story. Yeah, guys, when I tell you it's a super in high school, yeah, that's why also, though, for me personally, university isn't like that big of a deal, because I did what needed to be done in high school. So by the time I got here, like, I was already on some whatever. Yeah. Oh, before I forget, thank you for 14K. Yay! Guys, surely we can bang 20K by the end of this year, hey? Surely. So don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I love you. Mwah!